Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If it's your first time here, thanks for stopping by. We're just getting started, so if you can hit that subscribe button, it's going to go a long way to help us out. We really appreciate it. Today I want to talk about chickens, specifically what you're going to need to get yourself started when you buy some chicks. So the end result is going to be these guys here producing some fresh eggs daily. But that's probably not the point you're at right now. Right now, this time of year, you're probably walking through the aisles of your local TSC or your local feed store, and you're seeing bins of chicks, and you're thinking that it's going to be a great investment to get some fresh eggs or fresh meat. So chickens, like most other living things, need a few basic items: food, water, shelter, and in this case, heat. Now, most of these items are probably going to be conveniently located in the same area as those chicks inside the store. So before you leave the store with your chicks, you're going to need a water, a feeder, a heat lamp, and a wife who's willing to bring home any animal you find. So, number one, let's talk about the water. Now, this is a small water. This is a 5-quart water. As the chickens have gotten bigger, we've gone up to a 5-gallon water. But to get you started, this is a good small water. The way these work is it unscrews. You fill the top half with water, put the bottom half on there, tighten it, and it's going to gravity feed the water into the opening here. The other thing you're going to need is a feeder. Now, there's a lot larger feeders, large metal feeders that are going to hold 10 pounds, 20 pounds of food. To get you started though with chicks, to get started, you're going to want a smaller feeder, something like this, where you fill it up with food inside here, close this up, it allows them to get their beaks in here, put that right on the ground, because the chicks aren't that tall yet, so you want to be able to have access to that. If you buy a bigger feeder, they may not be able to reach it right away. The other item you want to get is a heat lamp, okay? When chicks are small, it's very important to keep them warm and allow them to regulate their body temp. So make sure you get the heat lamp and an actual heat bulb, okay? They're usually like a reddish orange tint to them. It's not just a regular light bulb. Most of these are going to come with a cage that'll go on here, and it protects anything from getting into that hot bulb and keeps animals from touching it. When the chicks are small, you're probably not going to have to worry about that because they're not going to be able to fly or hit that bulb yet. But it's still nice to have that cage on there just to prevent it from getting shavings or straw up in there and causing a fire. So that leads me to my next point. You need some kind of container or shelter for the chicks to live in. We had a container already built from when we were bottle feeding baby goats, so we use that. But it can be a plastic container, it can be a Rubbermaid container, it can be something made out of wood. It doesn't have to be very large. It just depends on how many chicks you're trying to raise. That's going to dictate the size of the container that you need. Now, back to these heat lamps. When you buy these, they normally have a clip that goes on them. On ours, since it's a wood container, I like to use that clip along with that cage on it, and then clipping it into one corner of the container, which allows the chicks to self-regulate the heat, so they can go close to that heat lamp if they're cold, or move farther away if they don't need as much heat. If it's a real tight space and you heat up the whole thing, they have nowhere to escape. So I like to leave it open top, keep that heat into one area that allows them to move to the heat or away from the heat. Inside that container, you're going to want to put some kind of bedding down, either shavings or straw, just something for them to bed in. You don't want just a hard bottom. Make sure you keep that clean. And then the chicks are going to live in there for quite a while. So while the chicks are in that small container, you need to start worrying about your chicken coop. So if you're buying laying hens, you're going to need a coop, some laying boxes. There's a lot of used coops out there for sale. There's a lot of conversion ideas out there. You can convert an old shed to a chicken coop. There's a lot of DIY designs out there. I built ours kind of a custom design. I'm going to make a video about that, walking you through it. There's some things I wish I would have added and some things that I could have done without. But the coop is kind of your preference, how fancy you want to make it, how simple you want to make it. But you need to start worrying about that as soon as you get those chickens home, because it's going to take you time to either find one, buy one, or build one. So while those chicks are young and growing in that smaller container, use that time to get your coop ready and build a run for them, or if you're going to free range them. Now, if you're buying meat birds, you may be building some kind of chicken tractor or some area for them to run in. But it's slightly different, and there's a lot of videos out there on how to build different structures for meat birds to free range them or let them graze. But I just want to go over some of the basic things that you need to buy when you're buying chicks. Some things that you shouldn't leave the store with those chicks without having the rest of these items. So it's the heat lamp, the water, the feeder, and some type of container that you're able to put them in when you get home. Hopefully this video helps you out. And like I said, we're just getting started, so if you really hit that subscribe button, it's really going to help us out. We really appreciate it. Stay tuned for more videos.